Oh, it's just so much fun. Everyone really has a good time.
People come from all over the country to come and see it. By far my favourite show of the year, definitely.
If you've never tried something before, it's definitely worth coming to this show just to try something new.
It's a good family day, it's a mother and daughter day, it'll inspire you.
Come to the show, it's absolutely amazing. There are so many varied crafts going on. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many different things on offer.
Are you having trouble finding the perfect gift? Then why not treat them to the new gift card from HobbyMaker at hobbymaker.co.uk. Simply scroll down to the bottom where it says gift cards, click and you'll be taken to the right place. Decide between posting the card or delivery by email and then decide how much you want to add. You choose the value. So what do you get the crafter that's got everything? Why not treat yourself or them to the HobbyMaker gift card?
Never miss a show by watching on the go with our brand new HobbyMaker app. Head over to your app store now and search HobbyMaker and simply download to your smartphone or tablet. You can watch the shows live and see your favourite presenters and guests. Click on the Today's button to shop all of the products that are featured in today's show. Want to know what's hot? Then click here to see today's bestsellers and highlights. Have you missed a show or want to watch one back? Then click the schedule button and you can go back 7 days to watch and shop, and you can also see what's coming up over the next 7 days. Want to say hello or ask a question to our guests? Then send a message to the studio. You can also keep in touch with all the latest news, events, product launches and much more by clicking here for our social media pages. So never miss a show by watching on the go with our brand new HobbyMaker app.
Want to know what's going on in the next show? Then head over to our website. Click on the TV guide. This will tell you who's presenting, which guest we have joining us, along with what's going on in each hour. If you ever miss a show, you can catch up by clicking on the day you missed and then click Watch This Show. You can also view what product was on and if it's still available to buy. Catch up on HobbyMaker.
If you're shopping here at HobbyMaker and have a discount code to use, this is applied at checkout via our website or app. Once you've added all your items to your basket, then simply pop the code in the discount box and click redeem. The price will automatically adjust and then you're ready to continue with checkout. Alternatively, if you're shopping with us via the phone, our friendly help team will apply the discount for you. Shopping made easy at HobbyMaker.
Good afternoon and welcome back to HobbyMaker. My name is Nigel May. It's a pleasure to be with you. And look, he's back, he's tanned, he's ready to craft. It's Phill Martin. How are you, lovely man?
I'm good, thank you.
Welcome back from your holidays.
Thank you very much.
Looking fantastic.
Thank
let it be said.
you.
It was. Don't
Oh,
hide
sorry,
yourself.
I'm wandering away.
The world needs
I'm going
to
back
see
on
this. Come on, my word. I've never felt so pale in my life. I've got to say. Phill.
Yes.
People may not have seen you here on HobbyMaker because you've been away for about, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
And
no, I only went for 2.
Was it 2 weeks?
It's 3 weeks I've been away from here. But
As I said, you've been away from 3 weeks, but you may not have seen him for a few months because obviously this man, one of the most popular people in the crafting world. For people that don't know, let's just explain, how long have you been crafting, Phill?
Oh, crikey.
I know.
I'm going to show my age, so I am only in my 30s, just to clarify. So I've been crafting for over 20 years.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
For a very, very, very long time. So Sentimentally Yours was born in 2014. However, before that, I used to work on shopping TV.
Yes.
I've worked for various different brands. And it's from there, really, that it all stemmed from, yeah. So looking at gaps in the market, stamps, sentiments, verses is where we started from, hence Sentimentally Yours.
And you are famed, I've got to say as well, not just for being an expert crafter, but you're famed for your florals, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
And we've got lots of fabulous florals making their first appearance here on HobbyMaker this afternoon as well. As a crafter, you always think about, not just about value for money and versatility, but you do think about the quality as well.
Yeah.
You are a stickler, I'm going to say that, for making sure that if it's got your name on it, because it's your idea, you want the quality to be as good as it possibly can be.
Absolutely, and that for me, as a crafter for many, many years, is really, really important. I don't want you to buy something, use it for a couple of weeks, and then think, well, do you know what? That's not as good as I thought it was going to be. If it's got my name on it, if it says Sentimentally Yours, it is the best quality that I can source for you, yeah? The other thing that kind of makes me a little bit different is that everything is designed by me.
Yes.
So everything you see has been designed specifically by me. So I have a vision. I've always had a vision for Sentimentally Yours and where I want it to go. And we've done really quite well, I've got to say. But that's thanks to everybody who now respects the name, knows what you're going to get when you buy Sentimentally Yours, and you know that you're going to get value for money.
But I love it because it is so close to your heart. They do call him Hands-on Phill. That's his nickname for many a reason.
Not everywhere. Only at the weekends.
Absolutely. Don't talk about those days. But I do think it's fabulous that Phill designs, knowing that as a crafter, it's going to work for you as well. If you are new to Phill and you're thinking, oh, well, can I ask questions to Phill? He knows a lot. He's been around. So do get those messages. Look at me, hands on now. So do get those messages in as well. studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. Ask Phill questions. No question, Phill, is a stupid question.
No, it absolutely isn't. And at the end of the day, this is why we're here. I'm here to show you how to get the most out of these products and what you can do with them, and show you all the versatility.
And we have, talking about versatility, oh my gosh, talk about variety. We have got such a variety and versatility of crafty stuff on this show. Do shop ahead. We've got stamps, we've got dyes, we've got the fabulous blending brushes, we've got embossing powders, we finally got glitters and stuff. Oh, excited about that. It's all on the website, so do get ahead of us. Michaela, what's the website? All the W's what? HobbyMaker.com. That is the one. Don't forget to take advantage as well, if you are new to us, of our Cat P&P per day of $4.95, regardless of the amount of orders that you do in that 24-hour period, midnight to midnight, regardless of size, weight, quantity, different suppliers, all of that. You can put it all in one basket or 101 baskets. It's $4.95 for the entire day. Right, let's start with this. We have got a 6 set of beautiful floral curios from our wonderful Phill. These are our cascading frames. Explain what we have here, Phill.
So most of you, if you have seen my shows previously, we've always focused on dyes. This time, this is the first time I've actually really focused on the stamps, yeah? So the Floral Curios cascading frames is what they are. So you've got 6 different shapes that correlate to the 6 different die sets that I've put on the show as well. And you've got cascading florals on them as well. I absolutely love these stamps, and wait till you see the detail in them. So you can see we've got all the traditional shapes. You've got the circle, you've got the square, you've got the rectangle, but you've also got the chic label. And you've got 2 collections in one here. You have the Posy collection and you have the Corsage collection. So they're not all the same. It's a very different element on all of the corners, on all of the frames, but they coordinate.
There is a correlation throughout there, isn't there?
Yes, and this is what I do. I do collections, so slightly different, whereas I wouldn't just do one stamp with a set of verses. You get a collection, which then means you've got more choices and more that you can do with it. Remember as well, hopefully I'm going to get the 4 demos in.
We're going to make it happen.
Not in 1 hour. Don't panic me. Not
2 in this hour.
2
in this hour. 2 later.
And then when you start fussy cutting these and decoupaging and layering up the flowers and everything, you're really going to get so much from these stamps.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Now, if you do want all 6, I've got to say, what a tasty 6-pack you have, Phill. $64.94 is your price on this, so we have got that price down. So you've already got, what, £13 off, but let's give you a split pay as well, a cheeky 2-way split pay. $32.47. Do we charge you for split pay? No. Do we charge interest for split pay? No. Literally, all you will pay today is 1/2 of that that price should you choose to use split pay, and you can do that through any method of payment here at HobbyMaker. It will be $32.47, and then you pay and pay a $4.95 for the entire day. You are going to get all. It is, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Love that. All 3 of the corsages, and then all 3 of the posies as well. Phill said it is a complete angel policy, so let's give you a little bit more inspiration of the things that you could be making.
So,
Phill, you're happy for people to make for charity?
Absolutely. In fact, I encourage it. At the end of the day, this is a hobby that we need to fund. So if you can make anything with any of my products and sell them to fund your habit, go for it.
These are absolutely...
Fund your habit. It's a crafty habit, I'll just clarify.
Yeah, exactly. Your crafty
Fund your crafty habit. Yeah.
It's a good addiction to have, it really is.
So hopefully, as Nigel is showing you these samples, one of the things that I did with these stamps is I've made sure they're all A6. So you do not have to do big cards. Now, I'm known for my big cards.
You
it's
are.
Kind of my thing. But if you like to do little quick notelets, little quick A6 cards, these stamps are so detailed, you do not even have to colour them in. They look stunning just as they are, stamped in different shades of ink. But look how you can just go to town with them.
Well,
and for me, as a card maker, let alone a stamper, because remember, stamping is my first love.
Well, I burst into song then, standing was my first love.
Stamps for me now have to work really hard.
Yes.
So I know that I can use that oval. Well, this one, let's just look at that one. I can use that octagon shape. So the stamp that's in the centre of there, I can fussy cut either of those 2 embellishments from the top and create my own embellishments. You can then start layering up the bigger flowers within that little embellishment, and there's just so much you can do with them.
It's about value for money, but also a variety with your crafts. So keep it interesting as well. That's the joyous thing with this. Now, lots of people coming through. We've got a crafter in Cirencester who's already checked out. Sapphire in Blackpool, what a great name. You are in as well, and Lorraine in Northamptonshire. Now, obviously, that's if you want Phil's 6-pack, but if you want the 2 little trios, we've got them individually for you. So if we go for our top row to begin with. So this is our corsage posing.
So this is what I've done for you, because I'm aware that 6 in one go might be too much, so I'll split them into 3. So you are going to get the trio that coordinates with each other. So you could use the rectangle on the front of the card, you can stamp the inside with the oval and pop a verse in it, and so on and so forth. So which one is, well, we're looking at the corsage.
Yeah, corsage.
So corsage is one that features the daisy, yeah? So the daisy is an element. I will show you these in a little bit more detail when you come to me, because it's really difficult to see them from the screen. So the corsage features the daisy, the posy features a pansy. So they coordinate, but they do both have a focal flower, yeah.
That's the joy of it, isn't it? It really is. I mean, I think they work beautifully as focal points, but also because you have that aperture in the centre, they frame whatever you put in there, whether it's a photo, whether it's a topper, whether it's a sentiment, to perfection.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're so, I mean, I've got to say this. I mean, I've said this before, and I will say it until the day I pop my clogs. You do pretty so well.
Thank you.
You really do. Your pretty factor is through the roof. DVHW71. If you want your corsage, £35 is your price on that one. That is a saving. We have taken that price down. So £35 for those if you would like to go for those. Now, we've also got the other selection for you, which is the Posy Trio. So if you'd like to go for the Posy Trio, everything you said there, Phill, applies to this as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So for me personally, it makes sense to have the 6 because then you've got mix and match capabilities. So you can use the pansy from the corsage with the from the Posy, with the daisies from the oh, it's a right mouthful, isn't it?
From the corsage.
That's it. But this is why I've broken it down so you can just cherry pick. So you know which ones you're probably going to use the most, which is probably going to be the circle, the square and the rectangle. However, do check out the dies that are on the show, because the dies have been put on because they will cut out, they will give you the layers for all of these stamps.
Well, I'm going to ask our producer, do you want to do the dies now, or should we dangle that carrot for after the demo? Oh, OK, let's do the other stamp set first. The dies, excuse me, the voice is going. The dies are on the website, though, so you can check them out. We have got the most wonderful nesting dies. We have got ovals, we've got octagons, we've got so many different dies, so many different sizes for you. They are all on that website, so do check it all out accordingly. Right, let's do some more stamp sets for you as well. There's another couple of stamp sets down there. This duo, you've got a lot of stamps in here, you really have. These are fabulous, because the sentiments that we have here, Phill, well, there's a correlation with what we've just seen, isn't there?
There absolutely is. And also you've got the extra flowers. So the flowers in that, I can't remember how many there are in there. I know it's loads.
I'll count them as you talk.
So there are, the flowers that we're looking at now will now enhance what you can do with the frames. So they're all a little bit bigger. So the octagon card that you showed earlier, you could see that I'd gone around the border and created borders with them on the dies. So now you are taking your trio or your 6 main focal stamps and you are expanding what you can do with them by adding in the extra flowers. They're all so easy to fussy cut out as well. And to finish off that, we're looking at the Sweetheart Sentiments. These were designed specifically by me to go with this collection of stamps. So all of those sentiments will fit in all of those
See,
frames.
that's the correlation again, isn't it? Now, there's 27 dies in the sentiments, and there's 33 in... Did I say dies? Sorry, 27 stamps in the sentiments, and then 33 stamps in the florals. So you've actually got loads there. You get both of those together for £24.98. That is a £5 saving on that one. I will say I think the original price of £29.98 is incredible. So to get it for a reduced price of £24.98, it's no wonder that Lorraine in Northamptonshire is already in. I do not blame you, my lovely. PIHW71 is your item code on that one. Brand new to HobbyMaker today. If you would like to order either on the free phone telephone number, the call centre's upstairs waiting for your call right now. Can order via the app or via that website, hobbymaker.com. It's entirely up to you. Right, Phil, I'm going to send you off to get ready for your first demonstration.
I shall see you in a moment.
Don't forget, if you would like to ask Phil any questions, get those emails in, studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. Lots of you already checking out, I will say as well, lots of you checking out on our brand new to HobbyMaker watercolour blending brushes. Don't forget, you are going to be paying the lowest price. We will get a low price on that as well. So you always pay the... Oh, they're at the price already on the web. Right, the price that you see on the web is the price that you are going to pay. We will show you these in a wee while. We've got 4 sets for you to choose from. £29.99 is the price for each and every one of them. Right, Phil, let's go over to you for a little bit of a trip around our stamps and a bit of a demo, if you please.
OK, so what we'll do first, I'll just quickly go through the stamps, because the stamps are probably the most urgent thing that you need to be going for, because these are, once they've gone, yeah? So I won't be restocking these, and I really want you to get involved with the Floral Curios collection. So there is also another Floral Curios collection that coordinates with this. I'm just going to very, very naughtily tell you that there will be something new pretty soon that also coordinates with the Floral Curios.
There you are, dangling that carrot again,
So
Phil.
remember, if you are new to me, if you are new to Sentimentally Yours, I don't just sell you a set of stamps or a set of dies and just leave you to get on with it. You are buying into a series. There will always be more. It might be next August when I release something, but it will make you bring these out and use them again. So let's just have a quick look at the posy circle. Oh, mind the filthy.
That's because they're well loved.
So you can see I've been using mine. Let's look at the picture because it's lovely and clean.
You dirty posy.
So, yeah, dirty posies. It's ridiculous. So the posy that we're looking at here, this is the one that coordinates with the rest of the posy collection. So I'm just going to bring it in, look, yeah. So you can see that the little pansies are featured in the posy collection. So the pansy is not featured in the corsage. It makes them different. So you've got the circle there. You've got the square there, and you've got the chic label, which is possibly one of my all-time favourite shapes. I'm just going to flick that over. So cascading frames is what I've called this collection. You can see why. So we've got the frame shape there, and we've got the flowers that cascade around on 2 corners. So easy to fussy cut out. I designed them very lovingly because I know for a fact that I'm going to get these out year in, year out, yeah, because
they're evergreens.
Out of fashion. So moving on to the corsage, I'm not going to spend ages because I want to talk to you about other things as well. So the corsage is the one that's got the daisies in there. And these have got all little splats in, so for people who are scared to maybe even try doing that with a brush or anything, it's all done for you. It's done with the stamping. And the shapes are, shapes that we use all the time in our crafting, yeah? So it doesn't matter whether you've got my octagon dies. If you've got somebody else's octagon dies, they're probably going to fit in one of them, which I think is really fabulous. And let's just have a quick look at the other 2 stamp sets. Am I filthy? You can see I've used them a fair bit. So this just shows you the difference in size, look, for the flowers. So now we are taking this set of stamps and we are going to create borders. We're going to go around the edge of our die cuts. We're going to fussy cut these out to coordinate with the rest of this collection. So it's not just about the cascading frames, it's about the completion of this collection. The Sweetheart sentiments are just so beautiful. It's a very elegant font. They've all got teeny tiny little hearts on the end of the flicks as well, yeah? And then you've got the extra embellishments in there. So you've got, this is what I call essentials. So essential sentiments like your happy birthday, note to say, best wishes, special friend, things that we know we're going to use all the time, yeah?
Well, so you go beyond that as well with things like sending sunshine your way and things like that. It's
Absolutely.
not just the generics, if you like.
No.
You've got so much more on there as well. I mean, there's 33 stamps on that stamp set alone.
Yeah, absolutely. So if the 6 frames is too much for you, I would probably consider a trio, but you most definitely need the sentiments and the extra flowers to go with them. Shall we talk quickly about the watercolour?
Please do, because people have found them on the website, Phil.
There are 2 things that I really need to tell you about, but one I haven't got on the counter. It's in front of you, Nigel. We'll talk about that after.
What, the glitters?
Yeah, because people have been waiting.
I'll bring them your way when you've done the pens.
So the watercolour blending brush pens. Now, I'm just going to say, if you haven't got these, you need them, basically. So I'm just going to give you a little heads up. Set 2 is the one that I've got the least stock of.
Okay.
Once set 2 has gone, set 2 has gone. I've sold. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of crafters that have these in their craft room all over the world. So let's tell you what they are. So I can't show you the sets as they are because I've put all mine in colour coordinated. Yeah, in fact, let me just show you. I am going to use these.
Just to say, Phil, a message from another crafting legend, Sandra Rushton.
Oh, hi, Sandra.
Hello, Nigel and Phil. You know I can't resist pens, so I had to buy them all. Can't wait to put them through that process, and she will. Thank you, Sandra. Lots of love from us. Also, if Sandra Rushton loves them, then we know they are good quality pens. Back to Phil.
Thank you very much. That's lovely. So I've put mine, look, once you've got all 4 sets, you can put them in colour order, which is what
this is why it's wise to have all 4 sets. I'll show you the individual sets now.
Yeah. So the important thing for me to tell you is there is no repetition of colour at all across the whole 4 sets. So I'm just going to quickly, can I do this in front because it's easier? Well, I'm asking you, but I've done it anyway.
Of course.
So I'm going to show you these. These are on the hot press watercolour card. I'm just going to give you a little tip as well. You don't have to use hot press watercolour card with this. You don't indeed have to use watercolour card. You can use these on my regular premium pure white cardstock, which is what I'm doing on the first demo. So this is set 1. You get 24 pens in each set. You also get 2 water brushes. You also get the hard storage case which stores them for you for $29.99.
So good. Yeah. So
and let me just tell you, I've been using mine for a number of years. I've only, and I mean a number of years, I'm talking like 6 years for the first set. I've only replaced 1 pen.
Well, Linda's going for 2, so maybe she's crafting with a friend or getting them for a friend. You never know.
So I didn't think I was going to be able to bring these to HobbyMaker because the stock goes so quickly, but I've now restocked them so many times that I am at the point where I'm probably not going to restock them again.
Well, that stock is dwindling. So if you want to go for set 1, Angela, Marion, Linda, Hillary, you are in. That's Sandra's in as well. That's set 1. Now let's move on to set 2, which is the one that you cannot keep in stock.
So set 2, yeah. So you'll notice as I've put these colours together, because these are all sets that I'm going to flick through so we can get on with the demo. I've put these as cohesive sets. So if you can only go for 1, don't panic. You've got a good range of colours in each set. So that's set 3, and set 4 is the one that I use the most for my festive kind of things. And I'm just going to drop in a couple of things that I've done with the pens, yeah. So let me just tell you, this is using the watercolour blending brush pens. So easy. They're the easiest thing in the world to use, and you're obviously going to be seeing me do this.
So even if you worry about your colouring and you feel that you're not a colourist and you're not able to be, these are going to boost that confidence.
Absolutely. You cannot do it wrong. So this is something that I did on a workshop not long ago with on one of my online workshops. That's actually using the pens direct without water, because you can use them without water, and look at the intensity of colour, yeah. And then this is one that I started but didn't finish because that's That's just
That's
my
you.
life.
Yeah.
That's just my life.
You went on holiday.
And that is using the watercolour blending brush pens as well.
Okay, so if you want to go for the pens, we've got set 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going over there, Jimmy, a moment, because I know Phil wants to show you this as well, the glitters. Go on. We've been waiting for this.
You have been waiting for these since I came to HobbyMaker in September or August, whenever it was. So, you've been waiting for this. Which one? Are we doing one at a time?
Yeah, that's the Diamond Dazzle to begin with.
Here we go. Diamond Dazzle is the one that I've been using constantly since you've seen me here.
Oh, let's see that, the packet.
What we've done is we've now moved away from the plastic packaging and we've got these refill pouches, yeah? So just so you know this, you're actually getting 2 and a bit of the quantity of one of our glitter tubs in one of these sachets.
Well, it's 125 mils.
But you are only paying for 100 mils, so you are getting 25 mils of this free. Aren't I good?
You are,
Do
Phil.
you know, it's a wonder I can afford any holidays.
You're as good as you are tanned, and you're very tanned.
So let's show you what Diamond Dazzle looks like.
So this is the chunkier one, isn't it? The Dazzle one. It's
Sorry?
a bit chunkier, isn't it?
Yeah, so Diamond Dazzle. I can't choose a favourite for you, everybody. You're going to have to choose for yourself.
Oh, look at
But this is Diamond. Oh, look at that. There you go. I'm just going to put my finger on there so you can see it. So Diamond Dazzle, it's all little discs, and these are transparent discs. It's not white. It only looks white because it's condensed in my tub, yeah. I've got more than 125 mils in there, obviously, yeah.
Linda, Susan, Anne, Angela, Leslie, Susan, another Susan as well. You're all coming through for your Diamond Dazzle. SAHW78 is your item code on that one. We've also got for you making an appearance today.
For the first time.
We've got it, the Diamond Dust.
Diamond Dust, exactly the same thing again. Now, you know what I'm going to say? You need both in your life because they do different things. You use them for different things. So Diamond Dust is, I'm going to show you, the same as Diamond Dazzle, but it's tinier.
It's ultra fine, isn't it, this?
Yeah, I'm going to have to use a different finger for that, look. So this is Diamond Dust, look. Yeah, so Diamond Dust is still tiny disc. It's almost like frosted, yeah. So this is the one that you would probably use more for your Christmas projects. And you know, if you use your Quickie Glue pens, like on the baubles I've just shown you, this will stick to the Quickie Glue pens.
I'm going to call you Mr. Christmas Fingers.
So you've been waiting for these for ages.
But they're back. You need the dust, you need the dazzle, so get them both if you can. They are individual items, but don't forget, Cat P&P here at HobbyMaker, so you can order what you like, which is brilliant. Crafter and Sarah
I'm wearing
Sister,
navy.
Deborah in Leicestershire, Jenny in Gloucestershire, you've all come through for that. That is your Diamond Dust. Right, back to Mr. Christmas Fingers to see what he's going to demo with it for us.
Right, let's do a card. Let's show you how to use these. You need to get these stamps in your life. Everybody needs the Floral Curios Cascading frames in their stash because you're just going to make so many cards from them. So just by changing the colours, you're going to transform out these, look. So I've already done this just to save a little bit of time because this is not going to be a quick demo. Surprise, surprise. So I've actually, let me just show you what I did. So I used the corner from the square one, look, stamped off the edge of the page, and I've created now 4 corners. So that looks nothing like this stamp.
Yeah.
So start thinking a little bit outside the box and thinking, what else can I do with these stamps, yeah? So that is the corners done. They've been coloured with the watercolour blending brush pens, and that is direct, yeah? I haven't diluted any of that. So we are going to do the octagon, and I've got here, I was going to show you a couple of options, but clearly we talk a lot. When I say we, I mean Nigel, obviously.
Thank you,
So
I'll take that blow. Even though people know it's not my fault.
So we're going to stamp the octagon, and I am going to do this on my platform just to make it a little bit quicker. And because I'm using my watercolour pens, I am going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black. I'm not going to use water with these, I'm going to colour it direct, but just get in the habit of using the VersaFine Onyx Black when you're using the watercolour pens, and then you know you're covered. So you can see how much love these stamps have had. So top tips on when you're trying to line these up. So what I want you to do is ignore everything that's going on with these flower embellishments. So all the floral elements, I want you to ignore them. And I just want you to look at the side lines of the octagon shape. So can you see on my double stitched? Yeah? So I can see clearly where my lines are, and I'm ignoring everything that's in there, and all I'm doing is trying to line up just roughly by eye. I don't care if it's a millimetre out. I hope you've recorded that because they're words you never thought you'd hear me say.
Well, I don't care. I love it, yeah.
Because I do actually care.
You are that perfectionist.
So I'm just going to do this for
We've recorded that so we can play it back on every show.
Yeah. So that is what I would say to you, and that's true with any of the shapes. So with any of the shapes, because it does kind of make your eyes wander because you've got such big,
Well, there's a lot going on. Yes.
Yeah. So just use the lines of the frame as your guide.
Phil, I'm giving you a time check. We're halfway through the show.
La 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 la.
I know. I'm just going to give you a
It might be one in a bit then.
There you go.
Right, let me just show you something else. I want to show you as many tips as I can whilst I'm here. That's really why I'm here. So I'm just going to pop that on. Can you see where I've got ink in the middle? That's because I didn't roll it back. So top tips, these stamps are all solid, and that is a design choice. That is something that I requested. So that if I'd have had that middle part cut out, it makes them too flexible and you would distort the shape. So if you get a bubble, put it in position, but just don't touch your white shirt, Phil. Just roll it back, look. So leave it attached, but just roll it back, and then I've got rid of the bubble. Hang on.
There you go. Now, whilst Phil is cleaning up, let me remind you that we are getting busier and busier for this. If you want to go for the stitched octagon die set, that's proven to be very, very popular. So if you do want to go for that one, there you go, there's my octagon. Oh, the octagon. So if you want to go for that one, there you go, that's the die set for you. It's perfect, because obviously the same shapes that you have in like the posies and the corsages are replicated in these die sets as well. We've got lots of them on the show. We've got a square, we've got a rectangle, we've got an oval, but there's the octagon, very popular. £32.99 is the price. You've got a lot of metal for your money, a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of craft for your cash. RSHW89 is your item code on that. Are you ready, Mr. Phil?
I am ready.
Back to you.
So I've stamped that now. I try to be a clean crafter. Let me just say to you as well, if you have gone for the stamps, all the big dies, so all the deboss stitch, whatever they are, them, I've taken a fiver off.
Double stitch.
Yeah, that's it. I've taken a fiver off all of them because I am aware that large dies are a considered purchase.
Yes.
So, right, so we've stamped that now. Easy peasy. Job done. I'm going to pop that to one side. We're going to bring in now, this is where your layering dies really come into their own. So we've now got choices. We can use the edge of the octagon. So if you've got the frame stamps, but you haven't got the extras, you can use the edge of the octagon look, and you can go. Oh, it's a bit wet. You can go all the way around and create another floral embellishment.
So this is again using part of the design as opposed to it as a whole.
This is what I think about now, because I've done so many stamps over the years now. Even when I'm drawing a flower, it sounds silly, but even if I'm just doodling a flower, I'm thinking, right, what else can I do with that? Can I cut that out? Is it easy to cut out? And silly things like that matter to me.
But I think it shows it's an investment then, isn't it? For everybody that pays their hard-earned cash to buy a Phil Martin Sentimentally Yours product, you know that it's going to be an investment because you're going to get versatility from it, and it will work with other things within this range, but also other things in your crafty stamps.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to decorate. I would have done the whole frame, but I'm not. I'm just going to do the corners just to show you, again, the versatility. Just getting my little stamping blocks.
Now we have those on the show as well today, a little trio for you.
Yep, they're a must-have. So when we move on to the extra flowers that you get in the duo with the sentiments, you've got something that coordinates with both sets. So it doesn't matter whether you've gone for corsage or posy, it will coordinate. I'm going to choose just one of the big flowers just to be quicker. So I'm going to pop that on my block. And we're now taking a matten layer, which is traditionally just something that we would maybe run an embossing folder through or just leave it plain. And we're going to decorate these points on this octagon. So I'm doing this the quick way. Do you know when I'm prepping my demos? I always think I've over-prepped and I'm like, no, that's going to be too quick. And the time just flies.
It does. I've got to say, Phil Martin time does go very, very quick. If you want the stamping blocks, we've got a set of 3 for you. These are rather fabulous. There you go. You can see 3 different sizes there. You've got a big daddy. Well, you've got a small, a medium, and a large. That's what I'm going to call them. There you go. There's your sizes on the screen if you want them exact. $19.99 is your price on that one. HRHW01.
Right, so I, like I say, I would have gone to town. If I was making this card at home, I would have gone to town and I would have filled in. I would have started like this and I would have filled in filled in the spaces, but we won't do that. I'm just going to show you, I'm not going to do it for this demo, but I'm just going to show you, had I have had time to fill the whole thing in around the edges, you can then pop on one of your layers from your dies as well, and you can make the edges clean, which I really, really like. It would look better, obviously, if it was filled in, but I just wanted to show you. Right, let's do a little bit of colouring. Now, remember I said to you earlier, you can use these on regular cardstock. You get the best results clearly on my hot press watercolour card, and I will try and show you that, probably not this hour, but on the next hour.
You're back at 7, Phill, aren't you?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Who works at 7 o'clock?
Well, you do tonight.
Apparently, I do. I'm not sure that will happen again.
No, I love that. Phil's not normally, once it goes dark, he disappears. There you go.
So in my little, I always have a little swatch. So this is another little tip for you. So this is just a scrap of card. The cardstock that I'm using is on the website. It's under my premium cardstock, and this is the pure white. So I'm just going to look at which colours I'm using and see if I can match them up.
The most popular set at the moment is set 1. If you do want to go for set 1, that is, or you can see it on your screen, there you go. DLHW45 is your item code on that one.
And this is why I love these pens. So not only have we got the, you would have thought that I'd put them in order, wouldn't you, before we came?
They're set 1 for you.
Not only have we got, so for example, I'm using here a yellow and orange, so I love yellow and orange on my floral cards. It's kind of my go-to colour rather than pinks and purples. But I can blend these to create a new colour, which is it's just awesome. So let's just try and match this up. So I'm going to colour this super, super quick. So if you're not a confident colourer, look how easy this is. It's just blending itself. I don't even need to do anything. What colour did I do this one? So
well, that's the joy, isn't it? I mean, I think any pens like this that really do boost your confidence, that make you feel, you know, there's no trepidation with your colouring.
Absolutely not. And do you know, the other good thing is, if you colour this in and you think, oh, do you know what, I don't really like that colour, you can actually take just your water brush that comes with it with water, go over it with water and dab the colour off with a kitchen towel or something, and you will take most of the colour away.
And I'm assuming as well, Phill, I mean, I know you've got, what is it, 24 colours in each one? Is it 20 colours in each one? But I love the fact that with those water brushes, if you want to dilute any of those colours to make them weaker or more transparent, or if you want to make them stronger, you can do.
You can, yeah. So this is basically what I've done on all these display boards. I've literally just scribbled a bit of the colour at the top, took my water brush and just dragged it down. So you can see how much paler you're going to get that. I think for me, that is why these have been so popular. You can start strong and make it as pale as you like.
Well, it's about having choices, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And more importantly, you can stamp with these. There's so many things. You need to get on my YouTube channel and have a look at some of the demos that I've done.
What's your YouTube
So I'll do all that while I'm colouring in.
Is it called Sentimentally Yours?
Yeah, so the YouTube channel is Crafting with Phill Martin.
There you go.
The Facebook group is Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. Now, I've just changed the security on my Facebook group, so you do need to follow the steps that it asks you for when you request to join. Otherwise, it will automatically decline the request. Sentimentally Yours on Facebook, obviously, and just so you know, we have an album on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page with every single stamp, die, product that we've ever released. There is an album of samples in there, so you can literally get these home. This is what I said. We don't just abandon you once you bought the stamps and all the dies. You can literally just log on to the Facebook page, look at all the inspiration, copy it if you like. If that's what gets your mojo going, just look at something that myself or the design team have done, copy it. Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to quickly, if you want to do anything, because this is going to get really boring for you.
Okay, well, it's never boring watching you, but I am going to say, Phill, if we join your page, do you want to join ours? This has changed.
I already have.
What, the new one?
I joined it yesterday.
Oh, I love you, Phill Martin. Right, it's only me that's still pending. There you go, the official HobbyMaker fans Facebook page. If you would like to join the group, Jimmy, do you want to give us your QR code? Because this is fabulous. It would take you straight through to that page. Scan that code right now. There's a giveaway going on. You can win all of that lovely crafty fare that you see at the bottom there in that red square. Lots of inspiration there as well. And if Phil's joined it, lots of other crafters have joined it. You will probably be able to share the love love of crafting and inspiration and education with a lot of like-minded people. So if you are a HobbyMaker fan, go to the official HobbyMaker fans page on Facebook. Back to our lovely Phill.
Yeah, it's fab. I like it when we've got a place where it doesn't matter. You might watch Catherine and look for some inspiration from Catherine, but then you might see something that I've popped on, and I love that. Crafting is all about sharing and...
Absolutely. We all love a bit of share.
Yeah, community.
Can I say, Phill, as well, it's like today, you know, you, Catherine, we had James in the last hour from Creative Expressions. You were saying earlier that you've worked in the craft industry a long time. You've all worked for Creative Expressions at some point, haven't you?
We have, yeah.
And Lisa Horton.
That's really where Sentimentally Yours blossomed from, so yes. I'm always grateful to them. So I'd already started it before Creative Expressions, but they kind of took me under the wing, showed me the ropes, blah, blah, blah.
But also, I think that's where you sort of found your wings, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And then you learn about all the different products that you can do and things like that. So, yeah, this is why crafting is so good. Most of us have known each other for a long, long, long time.
It's a small yet
when
beautifully
Catherine rang me, she says,
world.
I can't find the building.
I know.
I'd literally just said...
Catherine phoned Phill and then Phill phoned somebody else who phoned somebody else.
Really? I don't know.
Because Catherine was lost. No. Catherine's back the next day. If you don't know who Catherine is, Catherine Sturrock, great name in the world of craft, but making a debut today here at HobbyMaker, courtesy of Lisa Horton Craft. She's going to be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon in about 21 minutes, just so you know, Phill.
Right, oh my word, we are only going to get one done then. Right, so now let's dilute one of the greens, just so you can see this actually used with water. Let me just grab my water brush. So remember, you do get 2 water brushes with every set of these. Mine are all out now because I've got them all over my craft room. So you get some that are fine tip, some that are medium tip, and some that are flat tip, yeah? And let me just tell you, these flat tip, yeah? Right, well, let me just tell you a story about these flat tip ones. I remember many, many, many moons ago paying about 18 quid for one of these.
For one?
For one,
wow.
Yeah. This size, everybody, this size. Now, you also get a larger one than this in these pens. So not only are you getting these amazing pens in the amazing hard storage case, it doesn't matter whether you stack them that way, whatever, you're also getting the water brushes as well. Which
well, this is the thing, I think. I mean, you've got great quality product, but also you've got user-friendly product. If you want to chuck it in the back of the boot when you're going over to a crafty friend's to visit, you can do.
Absolutely,
you've got protection there as well.
Right, so we've got there are 2 different leaves in both of these stamp collections, so there are 2 different leaves. I'm going to use one pen, so I'm just scribbling some of the pen on my mat, or whoever's mat that is. So I'm just scribbling some, can you see that? That's testing you, isn't it?
You are.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
There you go. Here he goes.
There we go. So I'm literally scribbling some of the colour from the pen on my mat. So this now leads you to think, right, I can miss that and I can pick up the colour and do all my watercolour backgrounds, which is one thing that was on my list, but it's probably not going to happen. So I'm using one pen. I'm going to colour, let me just put a bit more water on it. I'm using one colour and we're going to dilute it so we get a pale leaf, and then we're going to use it direct to get a stronger leaf. So let's just do this one with this. So we've got a paler leaf. Oh, there you go. And then we're going to have a stronger leaf. And this is the beauty of these pens. If you've only got one set, this is why I'm showing you this. If you've only got one set, yeah, if you've only got one set, you are still going to be able to make that one set work really, really hard for you. And that is the main...
Just say, Phill, set 2 that I know is the hardest one to keep in stock. We've got the details for that on the screen because, again, that is probably the most popular at the moment. OXHW76 is your item code for set 2. Why do you think it is set 2 that's so popular, Phill?
Because it's not going to come back.
I've
been
saying... Of urgency.
And I've got to say, everybody, you will collect these. So if you are only going for one set, I appreciate that. You will probably want, as soon as you get these home and you've had to play with them,
you want another set.
You will want the others, yeah. So we've now done the, because once you've got the complete set, you've then got so many different choices. So can you see, look, these 3 different shades of green I've got on there are all from this one pen. So it actually looks like we've got different foliage on there, and I think that's, for somebody who's been crafting forever and a day, I think that's absolutely marvellous.
See, that's the thing, even though you've got 24 colours in there, I mean, as we said before, with the dilution to make it lighter, or if you want to make it stronger, you've got so much variety. And from one pen there with the leaves, you have done, what, 3, 4 different colours?
Sorry?
Just say yes, Phil.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
I'm miles away.
He was.
Hey, what? Hey.
What are you saying now?
So I've got 2 little butterflies on here, and we are going to do that little pick-up technique. So glass mat, craft sheet, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just scribble some colour on your mat. I've got die-cut butterflies here. In fact, let's have both colours on here. So we've got 2 colours. So I'm just scribbling some on.
Now, if you do want the mats, by the way, we have those on today's show as well. They are literally not just protection for your surface, but they're also the perfect palette when it comes to mixing and blending and inking. So you are going to get all of the sizes. You get your A3 and you get your A4 as well. You are going to get both of them. There you go. You can see Phil's using his at the moment, but you will get both of those if you want to go for that. $17.98. Money well spent. Really useful money that you're spending there. Back to Phil.
Right, so I'm literally just going to drag it through. So drag it through the pale colour, drag it through the strong colour. If I need a bit more water, which I do, I'm just dragging it through, and then just pop it to one side and let it dry. So all those fabulous inky techniques that you've seen everybody doing, look, you just leave that to dry, and then we will have a watercoloured butterfly, yeah? So just drag it through. I will try and show you stamping with these later on as well, because you can stamp with these pens, which for me is a bit of a game changer. I thought I'd ruin my board then. So now I could stamp everything to coordinate, which is just amazing, because it's not a normal thing to be able to stamp with a watercolour pen. Just while Phil is cleaning up as well, just to remind you, I'm coming back, Jimmy, I'm coming back. We do have our Diamond Dazzle and our Diamond Dust for the first time in like forever. It's the first time it's actually been here, isn't it, at HobbyMaker? Yeah, it's the first time you've seen them, yeah. We love this. The Diamond Dust is the most popular at the moment, so if you want to go for that one, 125 millilitres, you're actually getting some of it for free with the price that we've got, because this is... Do we say it was 2.5 times the size of the pots that you normally do? Is that right? Because the 25 millilitres is free, isn't it? FDHW71. That one is the finer one, but if you want it chunkier, we do have that for you as well. We've got the Dazzle chunkier. Look at that. That's rather fab, isn't it? Love that. That's your Diamond Dazzle. SAHW78 is your item code on that one. Again, you are getting 25 millilitres of that for free. Right, back to the ever-dazzling, never-dusty Phil Martin. Right, so now we're going to pop one of the sentiments from the Sweetheart sentiments in there. So, important thing for you to remember when you get these home, I've designed these, I mean, you can see how I've designed them on the packaging, but remember, a rectangle can be portrait landscape, yeah? The octagon, you can have the floral embellishments at the top or at the sides. So again, you're changing what you can do with them. So all of these sentiments will fit in all of these frames, whichever orientation you're going for, yeah? Which I think is really marvellous. But that's the great thing, isn't it? I mean, I always use the word on your shows, Phil, investment. When you buy something, it's got to be not just something that creates a lot of fabulous things, but it's got to be an investment in what you already have. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And that is your little have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. Right, I'm just going to put this together super, super quickly and hope that we can start something else. Yes, I think you can. We've got about 15 minutes, 14 minutes left. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But, the thing is, even if you have to I can show you how to do something with the pens. Even if we have to do a Phil Martin and so we'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight. Not a problem. We love a Phil Martin cliffhanger. It's true. It's true. Right, so I'm just going to layer this up. And this, for me now, layering dies, I know they're a little bit of an investment, but these are probably the ones that work the hardest for us because you can do so much with them. So I'm going to pop my main octagon in the centre. And for anybody who knows me, they're going to be in shock because the cards that I'm making today can all be posted, which is just unheard of. If you've seen me before... they are quite plentiful, aren't they? Yeah. They're quite dimensional and, like, massively flamboyant. A question coming through for our Phil. This is from Michelle. She says, hi both. This is Michelle in Leicestershire. Hello. Hi both. Just got in and I'm watching Phil. I'm interested in the watercolour pens, but can only see 4 sets to buy, but more on the counter. No. Now, you probably did what I did when I came in. I was like, oh, there's 8 sets. No, it's 4 sets because, look, these are all... They fold over, don't they? So you've actually got 4 sets for you. The one that we have on the top here is actually set 4. Then if we move on down, this one down here is set 2. So that's all of those ones that you see there, right the way across, 24 plus the water brushes. That's set 2. Then we have this one down at the bottom here. This is set 3. So that's set 3, that one there. And then the other one
Oh, which is over here, of course, is set 1. So, yeah, so they are... like they open up. So you might be thinking, Michelle, that there's actually 8 sets on the counter. There isn't. There are 4 different sets. And if you were looking at Phil's earlier and thinking, like, well, hang on, Phil's look different, that's because Phil's got all 4 sets and he has colour coordinated or put into colour families within the packaging. So he's put his greens together, his blues together, his reds together, and all of that. You will get a lovely eclectic mix, a real sort of rainbow mix on each and every one of the 4 options. But if you can go for all 4 together, oh my word, that is definitely the creme de la creme of colour, quite frankly.
And they'll last for ages. So just so you know, because I don't think I actually mentioned this, you've got the superfine tip that you've just seen as the camera was panning across. But what the ink that's in these is not like any other ink that's out there. So this is a specialist blending ink. So it takes the guesswork out of watercolour in any image.
Okay.
So you could literally just choose 3 or 4 of these pens and just, well, blend on their own, they blend with water, they blend with colour on colour, they blend with tone on tone, and it just makes it really easy for you. Right, so, oh, I've just knocked that little butterfly out. So that's number 1 done, which you can post once it's dry.
Excuse me. Now, Phil, you've got 7 minutes left on the show. What would you like to do for 7 minutes, Phil?
Well,
do you want to show more with the water brushes?
I'm going to show you how to do the pickup technique. And I'm going to show you how to stamp onto a watercoloured background.
Do you need a minute to get ready, or
you can give me a second if that's all
then
right.
I shall give you a second. Let's show you let's show you the kind of things that you could be making with your stamps today. Because remember, we've got some brand new to HobbyMaker stamps from Phill Martin, Sentimentally Yours. We have got a glorious 6-pack of wonderful corsages and poses, beautiful shaped frames, circle, octagon, rectangle, oval, giving you not just the most beautiful, plentiful display when it comes to your florals, the beautiful bouquets, the sprays, the corsages, the poses that you have there, but also you've got that space in the centre, and that space is always thought about by Phill. He designs things, sentiments or whatever, to go in the centre there, to enhance, to coordinate, to work perfectly. It's always a crafty marriage with our Phill. It's a bit like, I don't know, like a perfect matchmaker. He puts things together. If I'm ever single again, I'm going to go to Phill for my love life. Perfect matchmaker. So if you want to go for yours today, $64.94 is the price on that one. If my other half is watching, I never intend to be single again, just saying that. $64.94, you never know. $64.94, but 2 split pays on that as well, 2 interest-free split pays, meaning all you need to pay today is £32.40 something, if I remember rightly. $32.47, I want to say. There you go, $32.47. XFHW49 is your item code on that one. The other stamps that we have for you as well. Are you ready, Phil?
I am ready.
All right, back to Phill then. Everything's on the website, back to Phill.
Right, OK, so I'm probably not going to get this card made.
Probably.
However, I can show you the techniques I've done to get to this stage, yeah? So one of them will actually finish. So this background here... So this background has been done with the watercolour blending brush pens, yeah? And this is just 1 pen as well. So this goes back to what you were saying, with the more water, the more diluted, etc., etc. I am going to just give you a big, huge tip, because the hot press watercolour card will make this job so much easier, yeah? So it is an investment. You will use it for your fancy cards, but once you go hot pressed, you'll never go back to normal watercolour cards. So let me just tell you what the difference is, yeah? So if you've never seen hot press watercolour card before, the difference is huge. It's huge. So traditionally, watercolour card has like a mottled texture. So for us as stampers, you tend to lose the crispness of your stamping, yeah? This is hot press, which basically means it's super, super smooth. So you will see when I even stamp on this, which is the hot press watercolour card with the pickup technique, I'm going to stamp over the top of it and it will be crisp and pure. So let's just show you how easy this is to do. Because I've already done my piece, I might show you a couple of different colours. So let's go blue, pink.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, no.
Yet again.
Blue, pink, no. Purple. Let's go blue and purple, because these will coordinate.
Yes,
so,
that's good.
Really, really, really important. When you've got your hot press watercolour card home, save every little scrap. I save everything, yeah? Because these little small bits, you can do this technique with and die cut from them. Yeah.
Well, if you've
So-
paid money for it, you don't want to waste it, Phil.
Absolutely. So easy peasy. A couple of little tips I need to give you for this. So I'm going to put both colours on in, at once. So I'm just scribbling on my mat. This is one of the darker blues. So I'm literally just scribbling on my mat. Won't damage the nib. The nibs will fix themselves. As long as you don't go like that and hammer it on, it won't damage the nib. And let's put the purple on this side as well. So the purple is clearly the lighter colour, yeah? So we're going to drag through this. I'm using a little bit more of the purple, and we're going to mix that with water. So the more water, the more pale the colour will be. So that's probably enough for the purple. So tip, so before you do this, because the temptation will be to just drag it through, but don't. I want you to mix it up a little bit, yeah?
Oh, hello.
So just mix it up a little bit. So we're now spreading the ink. Can you see, look? Yeah, it's spreading the ink a little bit. Look how intense the colour is when you start moving it around, yeah? And then just drag it through. Or you can actually just drop it on. If I get dirt, I'm going to blame
nice.
I know. Why? Stop. Tell me not to wear white next time I'm on here.
I know.
Right. So at that stage, I would leave that to dry. I wouldn't do anything else to that. I would leave that to dry. You can see I've not used hardly any water on that. If you want it pale, so if you leave that to dry, you're going to end up with these lovely little texture bits like this. Yeah. So if you don't want them, go back it, because look how much ink is still left on there. Why waste it? Go back in with a little bit more water and just go over it again. Yeah, you can just go on.
Every time for a really interesting background.
It's completely different. Every time you use it, it's completely... There you go, look, that's a good shot. And that's just using 2 pens diluted with water. Leave that to dry. That's that.
Any more you want to show us, Phil?
Am I?
Any more you want to show us before the end of the hour?
Yeah, I'm going to stamp on there. Have I got time to do that?
We've got a minute and a half.
Right, let's just get on with this then. Because it's important for you to know that you can stamp over the watercoloured background.
I'm going to come over to you to finish the show.
It's not just about that. So let's just pop that in there, pop that in there. I'm doing nothing to it. Could you find me the rectangle? Oh, it's there.
Oh, there you go.
Just take it out for me. I'm good at rhetorical
We've got a message
questions.
coming through. Hi, Phil, it's great to see you back on TV from Lee in Sheffield.
Thank you very much.
He is here at HobbyMaker. It's the rightful home of Phill Martin, Sentimentally
That's
Yours.
right. So again, same tip, look, ignore the flowers, just try and use the lines of your stamp. We'll do this super quick, just so you can see how fab these stamps are on top of watercolour.
Just whilst you're inking that as well, you're back at 7 o'clock, Phil. What can we expect at 7?
7 o'clock.
I know, 7 o'clock.
2 demos.
Is that the latest you've ever done? Wow.
Right.
Phil
7
after
o'clock, and I'm
dark.
like, right, I've got
You're
3
in your
hours.
gym jams normally, then, aren't you?
I am.
In his smoking jacket, wandering around.
Locking the gates, the electric gates at the bottom of the 3 mile
Are you a
drive.
gated property?
No.
Oh,
There you go, look. So how fabulous is that? I am going to finish this card on the next hour.
Okay.
Because I want you to see how we can now go over the top of this. So this is something that obviously I watercoloured and left to dry yesterday, but we can go over this now with the pens and it will reinvigorate what's underneath it.
I just think that looks so
So
classy
clever.
as well. I mean, if you have that for an invitation, an RSVP, or
Yeah.
a save the
Yeah.
date, or whatever it may be, a photo in the middle, a friend, loved
do what you
one,
want.
pet, grandkid, whatever it may be. I mean, just gorgeous, Phil. Absolutely gorgeous.
cleaning
Look
up.
at you. I know. You're cleaning up. Phil, it's a pleasure
Thank
as
you,
ever. God
everybody.
bless
Thank
his heart. You can carry on ordering after the hour. Don't forget that there is a Phill Martin Sentimentally Yours brand shop on our website, so you can check out all of the fabulous items that Phil brings to us here at HobbyMaker, either on the show page for today or on that website. And take advantage of that Cat P&P, because there's a lot from Phil that you will love, and you know that whatever you buy, it will all go together. So it's always an investment. Phil's back at 7 o'clock. Phil After Dark. You do not want to miss. He's never seen it go dark before. So yes, he's back at 7 o'clock. I'll see you after the break with more Lisa Horton Crafts. Until then, take care.